It seems that eccentric villains along with creepy and crazy characters were created exclusively for this hero's extraordinary appearance. He has starred in over 100 films and shows no signs of stopping, fortunately for audiences. Christopher Walken is an American film, stage, and TV actor and an Oscar winner. Who did he imitate when he was a child? Why did he change his name? Who has replaced his children? Was he involved in the death of his lover, and what does he often steal from film sets? Watch our new video to learn the answers to these questions.
Because you're famous.
Oh, God, you love it.
I do. Do you know who I am, Mr. Wally?
I give up. Who are you?
Christopher Walken, how the most charismatic villain lives. Our hero was born on March 31st, 1943 in Queens, New York City, and was named Ronald Walken. His mother, Rosalie Russell, was a Scottish immigrant from Glasgow, and his father, Paul Walken, a German from Gelsenkirchen, owned Walken's Bakery in Astoria. Notably, Ronald's parents were long-lived. His mother lived 102 years, and his father made it to 98 years. Walken, named after actor Ronald Colman, appeared in television shows from childhood along with his brothers Kenneth and Glenn, thanks to their mother, who dreamed of fame. His parents also gave the boy piano and guitar lessons, but Walken said that music was not his forte, so he soon quit these lessons. When Ronald was 15, a friend showed him a photo of Elvis Presley, and from then on, he became the boy's idol. Walken even changed his hairstyle to imitate Presley. In his teenage years, the future actor worked as a lion tamer trainee in a circus for a while, as he always loved big cats and couldn't pass up such an opportunity. Walken then attended Hofstra University in Hempstead, but dropped out in 1963 after just a year of studying to take a role in the off-Broadway production of Best Foot Forward, where Liza Minnelli also made her debut. By the way, they had a brief romance. Additionally, Ronald studied choreography at a dance studio. In 1964, he changed his name to Christopher following the advice of actress and dancer Monique Van Voren, with whom he performed in a nightclub. She felt that the name suited him much better than Ronnie, the name he previously used. Informally, the actor prefers to be known as Chris, but friends and family still call him Ronnie. Over the next few years, Christopher appeared in TV series and films and had a successful stage career. Among his most significant theater roles of that time were Romeo in Romeo and Juliet and Lysander in A Midsummer Night's Dream. In January 1969, the young actor married actress and dancer Georgian Thon, whom he met in 1963 while working on a theater production. She later quit her acting career and became a casting director. The couple never had children, and years later, in an interview, Walken said that their absence contributed to his long and fruitful career. One more reason against having heirs was the artist's freedom to pursue his passion without seeking a reliable job to make ends meet during periods of unemployment. Walken had enough interaction with his nephews, who often visited him and Georgianne. Moreover, the actor was very pleased when they left. In fact, Walken prefers cats to children. He is fascinated by their independent and mysterious nature. In addition, they do not require special care. In 1970, Walken played in the production of Lemon Sky by Lanford Wilson, for which he received one of the most prestigious stage awards, the Drama Desk Award. Walken's major debut on the big screen was a small role in the crime thriller The Anderson Tapes, which premiered in 1971. There, the actor was lucky to work with Sean Connery. In 1972, Walken played his first leading role in the sci-fi film The Happiness Cage, portraying an American soldier with an unstable personality.
Oh! How come his head is bandaged? You said he got it in the intestines. I have intestines up my head. Hey, that's pretty good.
In 1976, the actor starred in the dramedy Next Stop, Greenwich Village, and the following year, he played the crazy brother of the protagonist in Woody Allen's romantic comedy Annie Hall. During the same period, he appeared in the dramatic anthology Roseland, the horror film The Sentinel, and an episode of the series Kojak. It is also known that our hero was considered for the role of Han Solo in Star Wars, which ultimately went to Harrison Ford. In 1978, Christopher starred in Michael Cimino's epic war drama The Deer Hunter, playing a soldier suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. To achieve an emaciated look, Walken ate only rice, bananas, and water for a week.
For Christ's sake, Mike Stevens getting married in a couple hours. I don't know what the hell we're even doing. We're talking about hunting the last time before the Army. The whole thing, it's crazy.
The film was commercially successful, nominated for 9 Academy Awards, and earned the actor the coveted statue for Best Supporting Actor. Additionally, our hero was nominated for a Golden Globe. However, his paycheck was very modest. He earned only $25,000. The actor compared his character's feelings in the Russian roulette scene to his childhood experience when his parents sent him off to a summer camp he hated where he felt betrayed, rejected, and lonely. In 1979, Walken appeared in the neo-noir thriller Last Embrace and began working on the western Heaven's Gate, collaborating with Cimino again.
Come on, Nate. Walken. How the hell do I know? Getting rich? Like you? What am I supposed to want?
Upon its release in 1980, the film received extremely negative reviews from critics and audiences and became one of the biggest flops in Hollywood history. However, more than 30 years later, the attitude towards it changed drastically, and it is now considered an absolute masterpiece. That same year, the action film The Dogs of War was released, where Christopher played the lead role of a mercenary, and in 1981 he starred in the musical romantic drama Pennies from Heaven, surprising audiences with an unusual musical performance. Both films failed at the box office but were positively received by critics. Walken then appeared in an episode of the series American Playhouse, and in 1983 in the sci-fi film Brainstorm. There, he starred alongside Natalie Wood, for whom this film was the last due to her tragic death during a yacht trip. Rumors suggested that shortly before that, Christopher and Natalie had a brief romance. Interestingly, on the night of the actress's death, her husband Robert Wagner and Christopher Walken were on the yacht, but the police found no evidence of their involvement in the accident. Around the same period, actor Robert Letourneau, dying of AIDS, claimed that Walken was his lover, who had also been romantically involved with Robert Wagner. Christopher neither confirmed nor denied these statements, but once remarked that he considered himself bisexual, despite living a heterosexual life. In 1983, David Cronenberg's mystical thriller The Dead Zone was released, where the actor played a schoolteacher becoming a psychic after an accident.
Everybody's talking about you. You're the talk of the town.
Because I got my head bashed in and I'm still here to talk about it?
Because you have the power of second sight.
By the way, the scene in the burning bedroom was filmed amidst real fire, and the sweat on his character's face was actually a fire retardant. In 1984, Walken began working on the Broadway production of David Rabe's play Hurly Burly, which ran for over 340 performances. In 1985, our hero played industrialist and product of a Nazi experiment, Max Zorin, in the commercially successful James Bond film A View to a Kill. In fact, the studio specifically wanted an Oscar winner for this villain role.
Intuitive improvisation is the secret of genius.
Yeah, Dr. Morton would be proud of his creation.
In 1986, Walken starred alongside Sean Penn in the neo-noir crime drama At Close Range, playing a professional criminal and head of a family gang.
See, most people that drive through there, they see farms, houses and fields and I see money. Everywhere I go, I see money.
The actor personally checked every weapon on set for peace of mind. Despite high critical acclaim, the film did not recoup its production costs. In 1987, Christopher starred in the war drama Deadline, and the following year, the comedy drama films Biloxi Blues and The Milagro Beanfield War, the drama Homeboy, and the musical Puss in Boots were released. In 1989, Walken appeared in the sci-fi horror film Communion about a family encountering aliens. Critics praised the actor's performance, calling it brilliant and stunning, though the film itself failed at the box office. In 1990, the crime drama King of New York was released, where our hero played a criminal rebuilding his empire after being released from prison. The film did not achieve success upon release, but later became a classic gangster movie. That same year, the psychological thriller film The Comfort of Strangers by Paul Schrader was screened out of competition at the Cannes Film Festival. It featured Walken as an Italian aristocrat with a propensity for violence. In 1991, the actor starred in the thriller All-American Murder and the action film McBain, which went unnoticed by the general public. He also played Jacob Whitting, a widowed farmer seeking a bride, in the television melodrama Sarah, Plain and Tall. In 1992, Christopher joined Tim Burton's successful superhero film Batman Returns, playing the villain Max Schreck.
Santa Claus? Afraid not. I'm just a poor schmo. Got lucky. And sue me if I want to give some back.
Walken also appeared in the French action film Day of Atonement and the dramedy Mistress. Additionally, he starred in Madonna's music video for the song Bad Girl, playing the singer's guardian angel. In 1993, the celebrity appeared as a Sicilian mobster in Tony Scott's romantic crime film True Romance, based on a screenplay by Quentin Tarantino, and in the parody comedy Wayne's World 2. Additionally, Walken starred in the sequel to the television film Sarah, Plain and Tall, titled Skylark, and in the crime drama Scam. In 1994, the romantic comedy A Business Affair was released, where the actor demonstrated his choreographic skills. He also appeared in Tarantino's cult classic movie Pulp Fiction as Vietnam War veteran Captain Coons.
Hello, little man. Boy, I sure heard a bunch about you. See, I was a good friend of your dad's. We were in that Hanoi pit of hell together over 5 years.
The film won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival and many other awards and was a huge box office success. It had a significant impact on pop culture and became one of the greatest films of all time. In 1995, Christopher appeared in the failed political action thriller Nick of Time. In fact, Johnny Depp, who played the lead role, agreed to participate in the project just to work with Walken. Then our hero played a wealthy man with dangerous inclinations in the art house drama film Search and Destroy, starred in the vampire horror film The Addiction, and the fantasy thriller The Prophecy, where he portrayed Archangel Gabriel. He reprised this role in the music video for Skid Row's song Breakin' Down.
I can always smell a graveyard.
Also, the actor played a mafia boss in the crime drama Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, and an eccentric rich man in the erotic drama Wild Side. In 1996, Walken took on a supporting role as an interviewer in the biographical drama Basquiat about the neo-expressionist artist. Then he starred in the action movie Last Man Standing, playing a sadistic gangster, as well as in the Italian historical drama Celluloid and the crime drama The Funeral. He also contributed to the creation of the interactive film Ripper, portraying the violent detective Vincent Magnotta, and starred in video scenes for the computer game Privateer 2: The Darkening. 1997 was marked by the release of 4 comedies featuring Christopher. He appeared in the crime comedies Excess Baggage and Suicide Kings, and the black comedies Mouse Hunt and Touch. The same year, Walken recorded one of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous poems, The Raven, for the anthology Closed on Account of Rabies. In 1998, the romantic comedy Illuminata premiered. The actor played an influential gay theater critic.
Do you think I'm mediocre? I think a plump puff palm.
Then, the erotic fantasy drama New Rose Hotel premiered in Venice. The horror film Mummy's Kiss premiered in Toronto, and the animated adventure comedy Ants was released, where the actor voiced a supporting character. In fact, his role was initially unnamed, but Christopher's performance was so good that it was significantly expanded. Walken also starred in the sequel to The Prophecy, which critics praised only for our hero's performance. In 1999, Christopher appeared in the science fiction melodrama Blast from the Past, where he played a mad nuclear physicist raising his son in a fallout shelter.
I'm gonna give it to you straight. There's no point beating around the bush. There were survivors. Apparently, the fallout has created a subspecies. Mutants. Mutants.
Additionally, the actor played the lead role in the television drama Vendetta and returned to the role of Jacob Whitting for the drama Sarah Plain and Tall, Winter's End. He also starred in the independent comedy thriller Kiss Toledo Goodbye, the crime drama The Opportunist, and Tim Burton's gothic horror film Sleepy Hollow, playing the Headless Horseman. By the way, the celebrity worked for free, just for the sake of a chance to work with Burton again. That same year, Walken worked on the third part of the Prophecy franchise, titled The Prophecy 3: The Ascent, released on DVD in 2000. Also in 2000, Christopher performed in the Broadway musical based on the short story The Dead by James Joyce. In 2001, Walken played an extravagant film director in the romantic comedy America's Sweethearts, portrayed a gangster in the comedy Joe Dirt, and Lieutenant Macduff in the black comedy Scotland, PA, a loose adaptation of Shakespeare's Macbeth. He also portrayed Count Cagliostro in the historical drama The Affair of the Necklace. Additionally, he starred in the music video for Fatboy Slim's song Weapon of Choice. The actor contributed to the choreography and earned an MTV Video Music Award for Best Choreography. In 2002, he appeared in the thriller Pool Hall Junkies about the world of professional billiards and the black comedy 4 Weddings and a Funeral about the adventures of rival funeral directors. The same year, Walken played the main antagonist in the musical road comedy The Country Bears, which became a commercial failure and even earned him a nomination for the Golden Raspberry Award. However, besides a big failure, 2002 brought him great success as well. In December, the biographical crime dramedy Catch Me If You Can, directed by Steven Spielberg, premiered. In this film, Walken played Frank Abagnale Sr., the father of a skillful con artist portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Dad, what's all this for?
You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?
Because they have Mickey Mantle?
No, it's because the other teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes.
The movie received high praise from critics and grossed $352 million, having a $52 million budget. It also brought Walken a Screen Actors Guild Award, a BAFTA Award, and even an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Thus, Walken became the second actor in history to be nominated for both an Oscar and a Golden Raspberry during the same year. The first was James Coco, who earned both nominations for the same role in the 1981 dramedy Only When I Laugh. In 2003, Christopher appeared in the failed romantic crime comedy Jiggly, played a mobster in the adventure comedy film Kangaroo Jack, and a ruthless gold mine owner in the action comedy film The Rundown.
Apparently, young Mr. Walker may have stumbled onto a trinket of some value, and as he's located it in my jungle. Yep, I'm gonna need him to lead me to it.
He also portrayed Cato the Younger in the 2-part historical drama Julius Caesar. In 2004, Walken appeared in the road comedy drama film Around the Bend, playing a thieving musician trying to reconnect with the family he abandoned years ago.
Who are you?
Granddad. That's how it works.
You're not dead anymore.
Resurrected.
His role in the film earned him a Satellite Award for Best Supporting Actor. Additionally, Christopher starred in the black comedies The Stepford Wives and Envy, both of which were critically panned and became box office failures. He then collaborated with Tony Scott on the action thrillers Man of Fire and Domino. In 2005, the musical romantic comedy film Romance and Cigarettes premiered at the Venice Film Festival, and the romantic comedy Wedding Crashers was released, receiving high critical praise and achieving box office success.
I don't know what's getting into me today, guys. It's just...
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
Furthermore, Walken worked on the video games True Crimes Streets of LA and True Crime New York City. In 2006, Walken appeared in the political thriller Fade to Black and the political comedy film Man of the Year. He also portrayed the Angel of Death Morty in the commercially successful sci-fi dramedy Click. Next, he starred in the sports comedy Balls of Fury, playing the eccentric crime boss Fang, and in the musical romantic comedy film Hairspray, which received universal acclaim. In Hairspray, Walken showcased his dancing talent in a duet with John Travolta.
This is America, babe. You follow your dream. Mine came true. And now I have the most precious thing in the world. The Taj Mahal of joke shops.
In 2008, Walken played the lead role of a terminally ill con man in the dramedy $5 a Day. And in 2009, he played a museum security guard in the crime comedy The Maiden Heist. Christopher then returned to Broadway, appearing in Martin McDonagh's play A Behanding in Spokane. In 2011, the actor returned to the big screen, appearing in the dramedy Dark Horse and the biographical crime film Kill the Irishman. In 2012, the drama A Late Quartet premiered at the Toronto Film Festival, where he played a cellist with Parkinson's disease.
I've made up my mind that it's best for the quartet to, if this drug works and I'm able to play well enough by then, I'd like the season's first concert to be my farewell.
At the same festival, the successful satirical black comedy Seven Psychopaths premiered, where Walken played a deeply religious man with a dark past. That same year, the actor appeared in the crime dramedy Stand Up Guys and the comedy Bachelor Trip. In 2013, Walken played the Greek god Zeus in the dramedy Gods Behaving Badly and starred in the crime drama film The Power of Few, exploring the connection between all events in the world. In 2014, he played a mobster in Clint Eastwood's musical drama Jersey Boys and portrayed a CIA agent in the political thriller TV movie Turks and Caicos.
So now, perhaps you'll tell me what's your name?
Oh, I'm Curtis Policier.
Of course you are.
I'm the host. Gary, remember, I can ask who I want.
In 2015, our hero appeared in the comedy Joe Dirt 2, Beautiful Loser, the drama film One More Time, and the dramedy The Family Fang. Christopher then worked on the comedy film 9 Lives and starred in the biographical sports drama Eddie the Eagle.
I was wrong. About you. Champion.
In 2016, Walken voiced the leader of the Monkey Gang, King Louie, in the adventure drama film The Jungle Book, and participated in recording the soundtrack, performing the song I Wanna Be Like You, the Monkey Song, from the original animated film. In 2017, Walken appeared in the failed comedy film Father Figures. In 2018, he played in the romantic dramedy Irreplaceable You, and in 2019, in John Turturro's crime comedy film The Jesus Rolls. In 2020, our hero appeared in the family comedy film The War with Grandpa and the romantic comedy drama film Wild Mountain Thyme. Additionally, Christopher starred in the biographical drama Percy vs. Goliath, portraying Canadian farmer Percy Schmeiser fighting against a giant corporation to protect his crops from genetic modification. In 2021, the premiere of the crime series The Outlaws took place, telling the story of 7 strangers who come together for community service and unexpectedly discover a bag full of money. Currently, the 3rd season of the project is getting ready for release. The actor then began working on the sci-fi series Severance.
Like they say, you all have pouches.
Carry young?
Yes, according to some. You each have a larval offspring that will jump out and attack if we get too close.
That's f***ing psycho.
I mean, it's a joke, of course, but I don't know.
The filming process continues to this day, as it has been renewed for a 2nd season. In March 2024, the epic sci-fi action film Dune Part 2, directed by Denis Villeneuve, was released, where Christopher portrayed the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV.
As a servant of the Imperium, you will bow at my feet.
Your feet! You'll be lucky to keep your head.
Besides his work on stage, films, and TV, Walken took part in many commercials. In 2014, he represented Jack & Jones's fashion collection. In 2016, he starred in a commercial for the new Kia sedan, comparing the car to a pair of the best socks. In 2022, he voiced a squirrel in a campaign for the savings and investment apps Acorns. In December 2023, the actor was seen shooting a new BMW commercial alongside R&B performer Usher. Currently, Walken's net worth is estimated at $50 million. It is known that Christopher and Georgianne own a waterfront house in Rhode Island. They bought the property in 1999 for just over $1 million. And now, according to experts, it is worth more than $2 million. The actor also owns another property in the same area costing $1.4 million. In addition, the couple owns a country estate in Wilton, Connecticut, where they now spend most of their time. Additionally, the actor can boast a decent car collection worth more than $100,000, which includes a 2009 Volvo S80 sedan, a 2020 Kia Optima sedan, a 1979 Mercedes-Benz 450 SL convertible, and a 2010 Hyundai Santa Fe limited SUV. In 2023, Christopher condemned Russia's war against Ukraine, calling it particularly bloody and terrifying because of the threat to the lives of civilians, women, and children. Walken stands out from most of his Hollywood colleagues because he rarely turns down any roles he's offered, viewing them as important professional experiences. A rare example of a role Walken did not want to take was Ray Ruby in Abel Ferrara's dramedy Go-Go Tales, which eventually went to Willem Dafoe. The actor loves to cook, and while preparing various dishes, he studies scripts and learns his lines. By the way, his preparation for almost all roles consists solely of memorizing the text. Our hero also mentioned that he doesn't buy clothes. Instead, he keeps all the items he likes from film sets, despite it's against the rules. Christopher, a great cat lover, once admitted that he wished actors had tails because cat tails are very expressive. Moreover, as he has aged, the actor has turned to his cats for pain relief. According to him, the pain in his hands goes away when he pets his beloved cats. He would also love to live another life as a cat. Surprisingly, Walken calls himself lazy and claims he has never sought fame. He never panics if he isn't working for a while or doesn't get the desired role, believing that such a calm attitude towards stressful situations maintains his health. Also, the actor says he has never had a mobile phone or a computer. He thinks that technology came into his life too late for him to understand it. Despite often playing negative characters in real life, according to him, Christopher smiles and laughs more often than most people around him. He considers wars to be the greatest evil and calls himself a pacifist. The actor also confessed that, apart from work, he has never had any active social life and prefers staying at home to traveling or playing sports. However, Christopher doesn't plan to retire and wants to keep acting for as long as he can.
Wrapped in a big bow.
Which roles of Christopher Walken do you remember the most?